This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hey, my fabulous feline-loving friends. Have you ever had a problem and you thought, I just wish someone would create an answer for this? We're talking to Paul Joly today with his amazing French accent. You got to listen just for this accent. It's
plus
really
he's
great.
handsome, too.
And plus he's handsome, exactly. And he started a company called My Shichic. And it's all about meeting some of our needs for cat lovers that are going to help with our cat's health and the aesthetics of our home. You do not want to miss this. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms. And our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to 19 Cats and Counting. I am your co-host, Linda Hall, here with my ever-gorgeous blonde BFF, Rita Reimers. I like rolling your R's.
Linda, I think Paul has you a little tongue-tied today.
He does. Don't tell my husband. It's good looks in that French accent, honey. Don't tattle on me.
Enough about me. I want to listen to Paul talk.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us. Paul's blushing.
We're making him blush too.
Yes, YouTube. Yes. We're so happy you joined us, Paul.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. I'm excited.
Yes, of course. So, first of all, tell us why you started My Shichic.
Are we saying that right?
My Shichic?
Yes, actually, yeah. Shichic, the name is the diminutive of shit chic. Shit with chic. That's why, I came up with that name. Because, I started Shichic, as a fun passion project on the side. And so because I study now cat poop, on my Sundays, every Sundays, I'm trying to find ways to make it fun, right? So that's why it's called Shichic. That's why the tagline is "My cat deserves to shit with chic." And that's why, the logo is a cat in his own ass, basically.
Yes.
Love it.
I love it.
Have fun along the way.
I love businesses that specialize in the cat because they're often forgotten. Every company makes things for dogs, and there's not a lot of companies that do only cats.
And poop is a thing. I mean, I've had dogs, I've had cats. The dog you take outside, it's annoying. Somebody go scoop that before the kids go out to play. But the cat is taking a crap in your home. And if you have 11 and 18 like Rita and I do, it's a lot of crap, Paul. A lot of crap.
3 litter boxes in my bedroom, and I hate that.
2 in my bedroom, and I hate that. Yes.
Yeah, especially with 18 cats. So I imagine the poop each year.
Yeah, I think I scoop probably 30 pounds of cat poop a day.
Oh,
I swear.
Sure. My husband had abdominal surgery, and he's not allowed to lift 5 pounds or over. And we quickly realized that scooping the cat's boxes was 5 pounds or over in that bag. So when you have that many. So there's 2 aspects to your company that I really want to hit on. One is the aesthetics, and we get this a lot. People don't want their cat's house, their home, to look like a cat house. And the other is there are health benefits to what you're doing. So which one do you want to start with? I'll give you the choice, Paul.
Sure. So maybe the aesthetic, if you want, because that's how it started, basically. So if you want to know, I've always had a cat. But even though I look like a Parisian snob, I'm actually from the countryside. I'm a French redneck. And so, yeah. And so our family cat, he would always poop outside in the garden. So it was never a real problem for us, right? But then I moved to Paris for my studies, and my sister too, and she hosted our cat. And when I used to come and visit her, I would sometimes wake up in the morning, open the bathroom, and then like, wow, the litter box, horrible. And then I was like, why don't you put it elsewhere, But then she was like, yeah, but in the living room, it's ugly, it's stinky, people can walk on it, So especially when you live in an apartment, there's no good place to store your litter box, right? So I was like, hey, why not try to think and come up with a system where we could hide the litter box elegantly whilst still being as cat-friendly as possible, if it makes sense. Because I discovered along the way that some cats do not like to have an enclosure. So the idea was to try and find an enclosure as big as possible to give them space, but also a big cat entry and with a protection to avoid, exit trauma, so that there's no annoying dogs or children that can, annoy them when they're doing their business. So
I know those enclosures are beautiful. They're like pieces of furniture.
Yes, and it's sustainable because, we are already burning our planet. So I was like, let's try to, if we start something, to be as sustainable as possible. So it's locally sourced woods and repurposed shavings of woods. But thanks for
That
liking
is
them.
amazing. I'll tell you, I hadn't thought about it until now, but we also have clients who have problems placing litter boxes in places that the cats can easily get to because they also have dogs.
Right.
And dogs like to snack.
Yes.
Linda had a dog with her when she had 12 cats still. I don't know if Sadie ever had snackies.
Fortunately not. That is
Good.
the one problem we did not have with Sadie. Thank you, Jesus, because that's disgusting. But yes, so these enclosures then will also stop your Labrador.
The other thing too, we have a lot of people that have live in studio apartments. We've had quite a few clients that live in a studio, and there's not many places to put a litter box in a studio apartment where you're not looking right at the contents of it. Who wants to see that?
Yes, exactly. And that helps with the smell too, with the enclosures, right?
Yes, so the enclosure is no magic for the smell, right? I mean, you know better than us, the best way to keep odors at bay is to scoop daily, have a good, healthy diet and a good litter. But the enclosure helps a bit constrain the smell. But I think, you said it right. The best advantage is to save space because, a litter box can be big. So then it takes space in the house. So here with an enclosure, you can store books, you can store litter supplies, and all of that. So you save space in your apartment. And hopefully some people will find them beautiful. So at least it's more elegant, than an ugly litter box in your apartment. So voilà.
Exactly. I had a friend who had a cat, and this was before I was a cat person. My mother was allergic, so I didn't have them as a child. And I remember when I visited her and used her bathroom, the litter box was in the bathroom. And I remember just being, I don't want to look at the poop. That's so nasty. Now I look at poop all the time and it wouldn't faze me, but at the time, and there are others who are feeling the same way. So yeah, especially when you have as many cats as Reed and I do, there's a litter box in the living room. It's just unavoidable.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I do. I have one in the living room too. Yep. In the main hallway, in the dining room, in the kitchen, in the bedroom. It's horrible.
Everywhere.
So looking forward, you guys are so nicely sending us each one of the metal litter pans, the extra large one. It's not here yet, but I can't wait for that because I've been wanting to try a metal litter pan because I imagine they hold up a lot better and they don't scratch, so there's no odor going into the plastic.
I was just going to say, when looking at the product, when you said you're going to send one, so I'm looking at it, it said, and this is something I'm embarrassed to say I did not know, that veterinarians recommend switching out your plastic litter boxes every 2 years because the scratches hold bacteria, etc. So that's also going to increase the smell. I mean, I knew they held bacteria and you should change them out, but I didn't realize 2 years. So with yours, it's a little more expensive, but 15 years, it said I can go with this one, which actually makes it more affordable than the plastic. So
Yeah, tell us more about that litter pan, Paul.
Yeah. So, then I was like, okay, so now we have the enclosure, and what about the litter box? So I started to do some research, and exactly as you said, Linda, I realized that the smell was coming from the poop in itself, the litter you have, but also the litter box. And actually, have you had, when you're deep cleaning your box, I had to do it one time. It scratches, there's poop stuck, litter stuck. It's nasty and horrible. And then I discovered that, yes, indeed, in the plastic, there's micro scratches that basically allow for the bacteria and the germs to live into those scratches. And that's what creates lingering smell. So then I was, hey, what can we do? And then I found a cool brand online that was already doing metal litter boxes. So then I was like, oh, that's such a cool idea. Okay, I'm going to try and, sell also some for cat lovers to try and have, voilà.
Definitely. And those bacteria, another thing that I delved into recently, I didn't realize that our cats boxes are making us and our cats sick.
That's not good for us.
The ammonia, the bacteria, the viruses are making us sick. And you can scoop them till the cows come home, but that bacteria is leaching into your plastic litter box, right?
Exactly.
It also sounds like it's going to be easier to scoop. So here's something I have a problem with when I ask one of my kids to scoop the boxes.
Oh, I already know what the problem is.
Do a good job. You have to dig like
they don't
you are
scrape.
Digging. Yes, you have to dig like you are digging for gold, like you are looking for treasure in there. It's all stuck to the side. If you just do this, it doesn't get it well. But yours is going to help with that. How?
So it helps because first, so the extra large litter pan is so big that the veterinarian recommends to have 1 times the length of your cat to have more space. And therefore, you can spread litter more evenly. So there's less, nasty stuff to dig into it. And then also what I was trying, there's already existing litter pan in metal, but it's square corners. Does it make sense? So then it's stuck in the corners. So here it's round corners, so it will help. And also we add some kind of a Teflon coating, just like cookware. And Teflon even more non-stick than steel. So therefore it will slide away, you will slide away your problem normally.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to the non-stick aspect.
Yes. Well, think about all the dust you're breathing in as you're scraping. And
I was thinking about that yesterday.
And yes, less in my lungs. I'll take it.
I was thinking about that yesterday. I was scooping and I have a low dust litter anyway, but it was kicking up some dust and I'm like, great, I'm breathing this in. The cats are breathing this in. No good.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know if I'll go as far as the picture on your website in licking the pan now, Paul. That was funny.
Yeah.
You were a brave feller.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? But yeah.
And if we're getting it more, and if our litter box is such a basis for gathering those odors, this is going to keep the odor down alone, just being a metal pan with Teflon coating and getting everything out and not getting those scratches that are going to harbor.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully, you will tell me, right?
Oh, we will, believe me. The exercise is helpful too, because again, we have 11 and 18 cats. And so I try to scoop twice a day, but believe me, especially the favorite boxes in the favorite spots.
Oh, yeah.
They get well used. It's like I hadn't scooped for a week. So the bigger, the better.
That's where I'm going to put that. I have this one box in my bedroom. There's 3 in a row. And the further one, that one, I swear they don't care how full it is. They keep using it. So I want to put that there. Because I need to scoop that one a few times a day. If it's easier to scoop, I'm going to do it more, right?
It's not going to take as long, 100%. So I know we got a break shortly, but when we come back, you said something in your email to us about cats being sentient beings. And I loved that you recognized that, because a lot of people treat their cats like afterthoughts, like it's just this thing that I got that's in my house. And they have preferences and desires just like we do, right?
Let's get back to that after. Let's just take a quick break and then let's come back to that. And I want to hear what Paul has to say about that. We'll be right back.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. CATTREETRAY.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
And we're back with 19 Cats and Counting and the awesome Linda Hall and Paul Joly, who is the founder of Shichic.com. And we're just talking about these awesome litter boxes and litter box pieces of furniture where the litter box actually can go inside. And let's talk more about what you were saying, Linda, as we're going to break.
So, we tend to buy things that we like because this appeals to me and I'll put this where I want to put it. A lot of cats avoid the litter box because they're in the basement and the cat's 10 and has arthritis and doesn't want to go down the stairs. So this all solves that aesthetically, but also you said in your email, cats are sentient beings. I'd like to talk about that more and unpack it and their preferences and how that plays into what you're doing.
Yes, definitely. And to be honest, it's something that I never considered, when I was a teenager. So I did not, to be honest, consider my first family cat as a sentient being. It was more pet property, right? But then launching Shichic and having a cat in a more, proximity in an apartment, I realized, and I bumped into Jackson Galaxy video online.
Yes.
It is so interesting. And so then I got to see one video and two and three, and then test it on my cat Chaussette. And I realized it had a huge impact on her. So I started to, be more aware of her needs and how considering her as a being would actually impact our relationship and strengthen our bond, if it makes sense.
Yes.
If you're in a relationship with someone, they're not just your partner, your other half, right? You are... Maybe I'll wear that sweater because I know they love that sweater on me, or I'll wear that cologne because I know they love that on me. So why wouldn't you consider what your cat wants?
Exactly. And so one of the things that was flabbergasting to me is that cats love to mingle their odors with ours. And so actually, even when you have a house and you can afford to put the litter box in the cold garage, I don't realize it, but putting it in the garage tells your cat that you don't consider him. Whereas if place it in a socially significant area of your house, then he mingle his odor with yours, and I think it's called scent soaker or something. And so then he feels more considered, and that strengthens your bond because, they
want to be with you.
Remember what happened when I set up a cat room up here? I have a bonus room. I have a 2-story house and I have this huge bonus room in this house. And I thought, I'll put the litter boxes back here and I'll put some things for the cats to sit on. And no, they never spent any time back there at all because I was mostly downstairs. I do have one that likes that room now, Lulu.
Yes, that's her hangout.
She's still getting used to everybody here, so that's her safe spot. But the door's open, so she could leave.
It's not the cat room you thought it was.
No, it's not. But that's where your furniture comes in, though, because if you want your cat to be part of your life, you're going to want to put the litter box someplace where you spend time. But you don't want to look at what's in there. You don't want your visitors to have to stare at a litter box, right?
Yes, exactly. So it's a nice compromise, right? I'm trying to compromise the human needs, and the cat needs. So, voila.
They definitely have preferences. And we've talked about that before with client, if the cat's not going that, why? Is the cat feeling bullied and this is enclosed? Is the cat not wanting to go outside? Is the cat, we had somebody that put the cat's box in the basement and the cat only at night was pooping on the kitchen floor because it was dark and cats don't see any better in the dark than we do. Do you want to go find the potty in the dark? And, they don't realize they're doing what is best for them and they're not considering what the cat wants.
Have you ever been half asleep and tried to potty in the dark at night?
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
It's not good.
That's no better for your cat.
The phone comes with me and I've got the flashlight on all the way. Exactly. Yes.
Tell us about your cat, Paul.
Chaussette. Yeah. So she's 16 now.
Ooh.
Yeah. And she's, how do we call it? A bastard. It's not, a breed. It's a shelter cat. Voilà.
Which most are, yes. Just exactly. A domestic cat.
Exactly. Called Chaussette. It means socks in French. She's all black with her paws are all white. Yeah, exactly.
Aww.
I love that.
So she gets to try out all your products first.
Lucky cat.
Yes, she does. And so she loved the poop lounge because it's very big, and the end is protected. But actually, she did not like that much the poop nest because it's much smaller, there's less protection. But she loved the cat bed. So I also have a cat bed called the Cozy Paws. And there's like a fluffy material in the middle. So she can, I don't know how you call this,
Yes, they're making biscuits, we call it. Yes, they're making biscuits.
Exactly.
And that is a sign of comfort. It's a throwback to mom.
That's
when they're
high
nursing.
praise.
It really is. If your cat is making biscuits on that lounge, you've done a good thing, because it's a throwback to mom when they were nursing and kneading at her teats to get the milk flowing. And of course, there's fur down there. So it brings back that warm, cozy kind of feeling.
Lulu made biscuits for the first time last week since I've had her.
Yes. And we're like, she feels at home. It's a sign that the cat is comfortable and happy, right?
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, so I nailed it. And so she loved the cat bed, but what she hates, I also launched a hoodie where basically it's a very oversized hoodie that you can use on the Sunday. And there's a kangaroo pocket in the middle with a lion mane for your cat to be in the kangaroo pocket.
She didn't like that one.
So she loves the material because it's so fluffy. But when she's a bit feral, right? And she's very independent. Like she's telling me when she doesn't, want to do something, she doesn't. Sometimes she go and purr, on the hoodie. And then I grab her and try to put her in the kangaroo pocket. And here she hates it. So then she looks at me, the tail up, like, what are you doing, humans? But anyway. Voilà.
But that makes sense. And I actually made this joke the other day when I was talking about Subra. I think we're talking to a client. And I said, Subra is my Velcro kitty. Her perfect world would be if I swaddled her and carried her around like you baby.
You did say that.
And so that's perfect. But yes, cats who are more in touch with their instincts and their fears do not want to be confined. They tend to be not enjoying being picked up and carried around because they cannot initiate fight or flight if they feel they are in danger. So yes, so that is why Shosetta is not a big fan, but there are plenty of cats who will be. If your cat loves to be carried around, this is the thing to do.
Oh yeah, my Oliver would probably love that, and so would my Simon.
So then I have to send you a hoodie too. I will do it in.
Oh, yes, we would love that. Thank you.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Because it's quite a funny actually hoodie. But and actually fun story for the photo shooting. I wanted to do it with Chaussette, but not possible. So I had to do it with a friend, and her cat was much more, comfy and cuddly. So I liked the kangaroo pocket. So again, one more example to show that every cat is unique and is being with personality, right? So anyway.
Well, when we get products, we shoot a little video called "We Tried It." So we will do that, and then we post that out on social media.
I can't wait. Yes, my orange boy behind me would be a good
one
for that too. Yes, it's Galway. He is always. I spend so much time in this room between work and sleep that he now lives here too. Other cats will come and go, but he is a permanent fixture in my bedroom. Because
it used to be Subra.
It did. Yes. They switch up. He'd be another one that would love that if I just carried him around all day and just made him swaddled and cozy and with mom constantly. So you really have made these products not only to meet what the humans need, but also what the cats need.
Yes, I'm trying to find a mutual benefit, relationship and to find a compromise. And actually, back to what you were saying earlier, that there's too many dog brands, and cat looks are underrepresented. That's so true. And so that's why I wanted to focus also only on cat, even though I love dogs, too.
Oh, I do too. My mom has 4 dogs and I love to visit them. I was raised with a dog, but I'm more of a cat person.
Yes. And also, I think it was always, the history of cat and humans. Even, so I'm not an expert here, so quote me if I'm wrong, but what I remember is that the dogs were domesticated by humans 40,000 years ago.
That's right.
And the difference with cats is that they were not domesticated. It was a mutual benefit relationship where the cat would...
You're 100% correct, yes.
Exactly. They would fight the
rodents, the mice, and yes.
To protect from the pest and the cholera. So then only after we started to... feed them, and we started to worship them in Egypt with Bastet God and all of that. And they were a cat cemetery in
Berenice. They're so darn cute. They forced their way into our lives.
Yeah, but it was their choice. And that's a good point and something we've tried to tell our clients. The cats chose to live with us. We didn't make it this way. So we need to respect their choices and their sentience.
Exactly. So that's what I love about cats. We chose them as much as they chose us, right?
That's right.
relationship.
Exactly. Mutual. I just did a social media video where I said, the results are in between you and your cat, and you are not the boss. You're not the boss. You are a family member. And whenever someone tries to say, I got to teach my cat who's boss.
No.
Good luck with that.
We had this one gal who kept saying that the cat's challenging me for alpha position. No, he's not. He is alpha. You just have to accept it.
Yes.
We're just family members. Yes, he's your partner. He's not. Yes, you are not the boss of him.
Yes. Or even worse, sometimes we are the human servant.
That's true.
This is true. This is true. Majority of the time. Exactly.
I always say this is their house. They just let me pay the bills.
And I saw my door just open behind me as a cat comes in. Yeah, I never shut my doors tight because it annoys the cat. See, my life is dictated around the cats. And I think that you have brought a real service to all of us cat people by helping with health, with odors, with aesthetics, and giving something that the cats want and benefits the cats.
Hopefully so. Yes.
Anything new on the horizon, or you're not talking about anything new yet?
Yes, there's something new that I would like to share with you soon. It's to your opinion, there was the litter box enclosure, then the litter box, and then what's next?
The litter.
Exactly.
Yay.
Right. Exactly. And so I live in an apartment, and what I hate with my current clay litter is that not only it's dusty and it creates a cancer and asthma in cats, but it's not sustainable. And me, I have to put it in a plastic bag, and my plastic bag, I put it in my kitchen bin. But after a couple of days, it stinks like crazy.
Yes.
So what can we do? And so I found again online a new kind of a litter. So, it's a tofu litter that you can actually completely flush in the toilet. But tofu has pros and cons. So I've been working with somebody to do a mix of tofu, cornstarch, agar gum, and other only organic ingredient. So, and it's finely crushed. So it's not in pellet, so that it's more, comfortable for paws.
Yeah, those pellets can be hard on their feet.
I have tried so many things. And if you have one or two cats, you can get them to usually, your third or fourth try, they'll find something they like. But when you have this many cats, it's hard getting everybody happy. And I admit, I have tried things that now it hurt their paws, and I've tried things that they ate. And I've got clay litter and I hate using it. So, Paul, I am very excited to hear this. We're ready.
Yeah.
We're ready to test it for you.
Yeah, but wait for it, even better. So I've been completely crazy here. It's a money loss for sure, but I added real petal roses in the recipe, chamomile flowers, and valerian roots. That way it's kind of a potpourri and a relaxing luxury bath for your cats, because most of the cats love those 3 natural ingredients. So that way we can make potty time truly divine, let's say. I
am so excited. We use a clay litter that has rose and chamomile. That we love, but again, we hate the clay. You got me all excited.
Oh, we're ready. We have 29 cats ready to test it for you.
We can't wait. Yes. Well, you have to come back when you're ready to launch that or getting close, so we can talk to you again and talk some more about this and anything new coming up. You
Definitely.
have got open door policy with us, Paul. You just say when and we're there for you.
Woohoo! Thanks a lot. Looking forward.
I hate that time went so fast.
I know it did, but Paul, definitely come back. We want to trust this new litter in the new litter pan you're sending us as well.
It's hard for me, because it's a learning process, so I can still adapt the formula and adapt the product, So it's a new venture also for me.
It's amazing.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing. I love people that from their heart, they go into a business like this because they want to help their cats and other cats. And this is something that you're doing from your heart. And I love that.
Yes. And then, to be honest, I'm not Mother Teresa either. I'd love to make some money at some point. For now, I invested all my life savings into it. And so it's far from making money. But let's hope it will improve in the future.
Yeah, so we're going to spread the word and we're going to get sales going, because
we'll help you catch fire as much as we can.
Yes, we will. Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much. We can't wait to have you back. And of course, Linda, as always, my ride or die, thank you so much for being part of this awesome show that we do. And I have to thank Mark Winter for giving us the spot on Pet Life Radio. We are forever grateful. And just always remember, every day is Catter Day. We'll talk to you next time.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.